Rhymes with coal trickle, days of thunder.
Rhymes with Dick Trickle, the real guy. I don't know. Like, it's a real guy.
I know. Yeah. What an unfortunate name.
No, I think that's kind of like if you're a race car driver named Dick Trickle, like you just it works. It's fine.
It is. If you
live the life, it's fine.
But there is such a real life thing as a Dick Trickle.
Yeah, but like there's a real life thing as like a fucking Neal.
Sure.
If you want to get off your feet, and like nobody's saying anything about that.
Really? Because people have made that joke to me a number of times.
Well, there you go. The Dick Trickle is fine.
My brother's name
he's going to survive.
My brother's name is Ben, so we would get a lot of Bend and Neal jokes. And I was like, that's a stretch on his name, but I see what you're doing
they're just making shit up.
Folks. And then they're like, hey, do you have another brother named Stoop? No, we don't.
That's lame. These jokes are shit. Get new material.
This is real stuff that people have said. Okay,
I believe it, and it's not funny.
I just want everyone, because this is going to be in the episode, I just want everyone to be clear. I didn't make that up.
Most of my life, not most, but since I was like 12, I guess that is literally most. Like, it's over 50%, so most, I guess, would be correct.
And that number will only get greater.
Yeah, but there has been a goalie in the NHL for the Montreal Canadiens whose name is Carey Price, and it's one letter off from my name.
His name is Pori Kreis.
And I live not super far from that city, but also just like in a place where people talking about hockey a lot. Yeah. And holy shit, every single fucking time somebody meets me, this still happens. Like he's nearing like the end of his career, and it's still happening. Jesus. It's been happening since he was like a prospect.
Would they be like? Are they like? Oh, hey, the price is right.
Yeah, I get that a lot too.
That's the wrong button. There we go.
I thought it worked. I thought the air horn worked. When my sister ran for student council president,
that was the slogan, right?
Yeah,
it's got to be.
But that meant when I ran for student council president, literally the next year, I couldn't use it because it had been done.
You could have used it. You still could have used it.
Yeah.
The price is still right. Right?
Yeah, we did have a bit of a Kennedy's-esque political dynasty going.
Hers is The Price is Right, and yours is The Price is Right, now hosted by Drew Carey.
I'm the Drew Carey of this family. Neal, happy fucking birthday, dude!
Yo! Folks, it is the day after my birthday. We were recording this August 21st.
The Lord's Day.
I am hungover. I'm not going to lie. I am actively hungover right now.
You're hungover enough for both of us, because when we recorded after my birthday, I wasn't hungover.
Sure.
And that was only a couple weeks ago.
So I had to get double hungover to make up for that. So just real quick, everybody, this is a Virtua Fighter podcast today. We're just going to rip that Band-Aid off. Okay.
It's Neal's birthday. You have to be okay. Guys, come here for a second. Everybody, come here. Neal, let me handle this. Guys, none of you can make a scene today. I swear to God. I know, like some of you were like, "Oh, it's Virtua Fighter. Nobody cares about Virtua." Look, it's Neal's day, and I don't want you to make a big deal about this. It's embarrassing. Just deal with it. If you don't like Virtua Fighter, keep it to yourself. Everybody look excited. Everything's fine. Okay, yeah. Hello, hey, what's up? Everybody's very excited about Virtua Fighter.
Virtua Fighter, yes. So, Corey, for your birthday, I bought you the domain mortalkombatconquest.ca.
That's correct.
Right.
Yes.
So, for my birthday, the gift you were giving me is the ability to talk about Virtua Fighter.
Yes, that is correct. And a simultaneous drink taste test.
A big one, man. We have several beverages, and I need these. You were like, should we just do the one? And I was like, you remember, I'm hungover. I need any juice I can get right now.
Right.
So
no matter how bad it is for you.
How do we want to do this?
Coke first. I guess that doesn't narrow it down for you. The one that we can both do together first, because I don't want the flavor of that to be distracted from by whatever we had first.
It feels like this is going to be the strong one, right?
Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about yet, because we haven't said what we're talking about.
Sure.
This is another in the terrifying line of Coca-Cola creations you'll remember that we drank a drink that tasted like space not long ago. There's two more,
Space Coke.
at least. This one is called Dream World. We both have
World.
it, and I'm not joking. It's supposed to taste like dreams. Now,
Sure.
as far as I am aware, this has nothing to do with the Sandman adaptation on Netflix.
Sure. Nor is it a Nightmare on
Frankly,
Elm
seems
Street
like a missed opportunity on both counts.
crossover. This also has nothing to do with. I mean, this is a little bit Inception for us. We are going to share this dream, right?
Yeah.
But this is not officially licensed Inception Cola.
Oh, I thought you meant like by us. We didn't. This one's not. They didn't make this one for us.
I don't know. We'll see.
But we both have identical Dream World Coca-Cola Zero Sugar Dream Flavored Infusé au rêve.
Dream flavored, folks. That's correct.
Yeah. Now, I know what you're thinking. Where did they synthesize the taste of dreams?
Can we talk about this label a little bit?
It's sort of like an abstract amusement park bullshit.
They're doors, man. They are doors and ladders.
This drink feels like it's branded to be cool to people that really like the aesthetic of Fortnite.
The Coca-Cola logo is like entering the pink door and then coming out on a different pink door later on in the bottle. It's kind of sick.
Yeah, I do stand by my Fortnite assessment. That's not necessarily me approving or disapproving of like Fortnite as a thing, but
Sure.
Aesthetically, I feel like this is right at home in the Fortnite dimension.
Feels like Fortnite. Everything, like it feels like everything's made of gummy for some reason.
Maybe
right?
it'll taste like Fortnite as well.
Sure. Oh no. All right, should we crack these bad boys?
Yeah, let's do it.
Wow, that smell is hitting me right away, bro.
Oh, this is just like a mango drink, I think.
What is this? I just said gummies. This is giving me gummy vibes.
Yeah. This tastes like the peach juice that you can buy at Tim Hortons. It smells like it, rather. It smells like peach juice that you can buy at Tim Hortons.
But like with cinnamon in it.
Did you drink it?
Yeah.
Oh.
You just said it tasted like that. All right, bottoms up.
I meant to say smelled. Okay, I just drank it now. Hang on.
Unceremonious. Bro.
Huh.
This is like if you pour Peach Rings flavored G Fuel with Sonic the Hedgehog on the can into a Coca-Cola.
Yeah, so just to be clear, it's mostly peach flavored.
It is peach. Mine, I'm getting a heavy cinnamon taste on the end here.
I'm
gonna
not.
say
I
it.
have no idea what you're talking about with the cinnamon.
This is Nightmare World. I do not like this at all. This is bad.
It's okay.
This is bad Coca-Cola.
I wouldn't drink a whole one, and I bought a small bottle, like a baby bottle, pop size. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'll drink the whole thing even still.
Yeah, this is not. I will not. I'm glad
It's
I have a
weird.
backup.
It's very bizarre. Yeah.
Not a winner.
There's peach up front,
Yes.
big time,
Especially
and on the back.
in the scent.
But there's something happening in the middle.
I think that's what I'm equating to cinnamon, and that might not be right. More like cinnamon sugar, I guess, specifically. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't think you need to seek this out. If anything, it'll just make you hate dreaming.
Maybe I'm not even thinking cinnamon, because I was thinking the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but I actually meant the taste of Golden Grams.
What are Golden Grapes supposed to taste like? Gold?
I think like Coca-Cola Dream World or whatever.
Dream Warriors.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Stay tuned next summer for Coca-Cola Creations The Dream Child. It's a joke for all the Freddy heads out there.
That's us.
And
Sorry.
I should have gone Dream Master. That's a sequel to Dream Warriors, but Dream Child was funnier. Jesus Christ, Frank.
Shut up, Robert Englund.
Get off my fucking back. You know I'm not a big Freddy guy outside the first four. Okay.
So we both have separate secondary beverages.
Sure. Thanks for getting me back on track.
Who wants to go first here? Is it the birthday man?
I think it's the birthday man. I think I got to do this. So I have in my hand another Coca-Cola creation.
Yeah.
This would be the Artist Marshmallows limited edition Coca-Cola Zero Sugar.
I did have to tell you who that was.
You did have to tell me who Marshmallow is.
Also, this one's definitely going to taste like Fortnite because he's in Fortnite.
I did listen to some Marshmallow tracks. Not my cup of tea. Not for me.
No.
We'll see.
He did a concert in Fortnite. I think you could wear his helmet in Fortnite. This drink may be the drink that tastes like Fortnite.
Jesus Christ. So this can, it's a nice can.
Sleek.
It's
Minimalist.
sleek. It's all white.
It looks
the
like a can.
Coca-Cola logo is dripping a little.
This
right?
is the kind of can of Coke that Ryuichi Sakamoto might drink.
Do you remember when
just sort of aesthetically
when Rob and Big like got into stormtrooping their vehicles, the matte white with black trim?
No, I don't remember. I don't remember when Rob and Big, who I do know them, to be clear. I don't remember when they got into stormtrooping their vehicles though.
Well, it was after they got past murdering out their vehicles with the flat black everything. And then they got the flat black with white, and they called it stormtrooping. This Coca-Cola is stormtrooping, is what I'm saying.
I was in like a punk bar last weekend.
Sure.
And they were playing Ridiculousness on the TV in there, and it was the weirdest clash of vibes I've ever fucking seen in my life. Like straight up, dude walking by in like a denim vest with patches of bands I've never heard of on it, with a mohawk, and in the background, Ridiculousness.
I mean,
it was so weird.
Skateboard crossover, right? Skateboard culture crossover.
Vaguely.
There.
Like, yeah, but like Ridiculousness isn't skateboard culture. It's Tosh.0 culture.
But there's a skateboard man on it. Also, R.I.P. Big.
Yeah.
Big Black. We miss him. Should I put the sad music
Segue
in
your way
that?
out of that one.
I'm just gonna put the sad music in over that.
I don't know how to segue out of that. This one's your problem.
We're gonna crack this stormtrooping out marshmallow.
Man, that hangover's really hitting.
I'm gonna be a little upset if it just tastes like marshmallow.
But what would that taste like as a beverage? Right? Because marshmallows are bland as, you know?
Whoa. Hold on. We have some controversy.
Why? Is it the same drink?
I'm doing a side-by-side smell compare because they smell very similar.
Oh my God. There's no Neal,
bro. They smell.
Neal. There's no way it's the same fucking drink. There's no way.
It's okay. It's a little different. It is so similar though, and it is not what I would describe as marshmallowy.
Is it peachy?
It's something. You know, the aluminum. This is a can versus a bottle. Might be throwing things off a little bit in the scent department.
No, but it wouldn't make it smell more like a peach drink you just had.
No, it smells.
There's nothing metallic about that.
This is the most disgusting thing I've ever said. This beverage kind of smells like green olives.
What?
Yeah.
You sound like a sommelier now, where you're just like saying random words to describe a wine, and I just have to believe you.
I'm gonna take a sip.
You're like, "There's cardamom in this," and I'm like, "Okay, sure."
Okay, it is not the same drink. This does taste like something though. What the fuck does this taste like?
I'm glad it tastes like something. That's sort of a big hurdle that Coca-Cola needs to clear with any of their famous beverages.
It's a little bit reminded me of Starlight, but like a little bit like a sour element to it that Starlight was missing.
I think there's an issue with the custom drinks, sort of generally.
They all have the same paint thinner base that they have to build off of.
I was generally like, there is a baseline that has to be the same for all of them that makes them different from regular Coke. And I think if you have too many of them in a row, if they don't lean too hard into a singular taste, they're going to blend together.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening.
Are they both zero sugar?
Okay, so allegedly, this is zero sugar, yes. Yes, I got the zero sugar version. Allegedly, this is watermelon strawberry flavored.
Is that coming through to you at all?
Yes. Seeing those words in front of me, yes. The artificial strawberry flavor and the artificial watermelon flavor are there, but it is layered on top of a Coca-Cola. And I don't know that that's blending too well for me.
I don't know if that dog hunts. Now, Neal, this is a stroke of luck. I'll tell you why.
Let me see if I can identify what our dream world is supposed to taste like.
Cardamom.
Dream world.
I keep saying cardamom. I think that's a spice. Can somebody please help me? I don't even know what I'm saying.
Unbelievable. Cardamom flavored. No. Like
the most underwhelmed unbelievable of all time. Unbelievable. Why don't I say that like Barack Obama?
Coca-Cola
My fellow Americans. Cardamom flavored Coca-Cola. Unbelievable.
Coca-Cola said its new Dream World Coke tastes like dreams.
They didn't say anything else?
They also said it bottles up the technicolor tastes and surrealism of the subconscious.
Carl Jung would have went fucking crazy to drink the Coke Dreams.
This is a CNET. This is a Katie Teague. She's the one Is Katie Teague the one who talks about Coke Starlight?
Yeah, it was CNET last time. I'm increasingly convinced that CNET is being given ad copy.
All right, our friend at CNET, Katie Teague, also thinks that this tastes similar to Marshmallow's limited edition Coke.
Okay, so she's on our team.
So, yeah.
So I'm holding a different drink in my hand, if you'll indulge me quickly.
Uh-huh.
If you can believe it, strawberry flavored. What a coincidence.
That is a coincidence.
Genuinely.
That's marsh.
This
right?
is called, no, I think it's Mallow. I think the other one came second.
Well, I don't think there's any strawberry in Mellow Yellow.
So this is Marble Pop.
Marble Pop. I love a Marble Pop.
I bought it in what Walmart decides to describe as the Asian aisle, which I think they should probably consider changing.
Well, it's not technically a lie.
It's not. It just feels very broad of a statement.
Sure.
And so this drink has instructions, which is sort of new. It's a diagram because you have to get a plunger off of the top of the lid.
Yep.
And you have to squeeze that into the thing so you can drink it. And it appears to just be a glass ball. So I'm just going to point the mic at the top of this bottle, and I'm going to try to pop it.
Pop
Whoa,
it.
My mic almost fell over. Hang on. Let me make this stable. I need to get my mic on a wider stance.
Sure.
Okay, so I think I just got to put this on here. And then just push. It like barely fits on here.
It's tight.
How hard do you have to push this fucking thing?
Harder than you think, dude. I had
to stand up.
Yeah, it's a real push.
Yeah, holy Christ.
Like you might want to hold the plunger and then just like whack-a-mole it with your fist.
I think I talked over it. It went in.
Okay.
The ball has entered the beverage. It's sitting in the top. Hold on. I just realized why the bottle is shaped this way.
Yes.
It keeps the marble in the top of the drink only.
It does.
It's like, why wouldn't she want it to go into the... Whatever. So I'm going to drink this now.
I don't know, man.
Actually, before this drink even touches my lips,
Sure.
I have a complaint about how you drink it.
Uh-huh.
Which is that it's a really awkward opening for your mouth.
Yeah, it's a little hole, right?
Well, the hole's large, but it's not got a lip. Or not much of a lip for your mouth.
I mean, they drink things differently in other cultures, right?
I can barely drink this. I need to come up with a new strategy. Hang on.
You could pour it into a cup.
No, I'd have to get up and go get a cup for that. And the ball might come out. I don't want to eat the ball. It's a strawberry drink, all right. This is more about the experience than the actual drink. I don't want to finish this drink.
It's pretty heavy, right?
It's kind of tart. It's really strawberry-y. It's carbonated, but it doesn't really need to be.
Sure.
Did we ever rank these? Because I'll rank the marshmallow one based on your description of it.
Well, I think you could rank that beverage in relation to the Dream World, and I can rank the marshmallow in, the same way.
Yeah,
rank your two drinks.
I think I want Dream World before I want Ball Drink.
Interesting. I do think that if you try some of the other, like the non-strawberry flavors, there are some pretty good marble
I'm not
drinks.
A big strawberry guy. That is absolutely fair.
Yeah. I've had a number of those over the years, and they're always fun, Also, there's a really good canned iced coffee you can get at the Asian markets called Mr. Brown. And it's pretty good. I had one I had an Asian market down the street from an apartment, and I would just like stock up on Mr. Brown's like every weekend for the week. They were good.
We're out here living lives. You know what's gonna like change people's like perception of reality?
Drinks.
Do you know what it's gonna be?
What?
The day that we in the same room
experience the Dream World AR music.
Do like 8 different drinks.
Oh God.
In some sort of round table nightmare.
Just shout out, I think that they listen, the Big Drink Energy guys. There's a podcast
they
that
interact
does that.
on Twitter.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Drink Energy. We're going to steal your concept is what we're saying.
Well, that goes far.
We're stealing it. We're literally stealing it with this episode.
It's not stealing. We had separate good ideas.
It's true. It's fair.
Happy birthday, Neal.
Happy birthday, Corey.
You're 47 now?
Holy shit.
No,
Fuck
I
you.
know. I'm kidding. It's 45, I know.
37.
Hey, I didn't even realize I was off by a full number.
By just a whole decade.
Yeah, who's counting?
God damn it. How old are you?
I'm 25.
Mr. Corey Price on Twitter.
I'm barely old enough to use Mr.
I think people can use Mr. whenever they want, honestly.
Let's
not.
I think 25 is about it when you can start.
If I'm going to rank my beverages, Marshmallow is better than Dream World. Dream World is a failure. Just a failure as a concept.
God, I cannot. We got to do Pixel someday.
Marshmallow is not great either.
No, I don't think people should seek either of these out. In my case,
if this were smash or pass, this is 2 passes, right?
I'll smash the water on my desk.
Yeah, smash the water. Hydrate. It's important.
Yeah, if we're doing fuck, marry, kill with the beverages on my desk, it's
it should be water for all of them.
Yeah. But then I realized that game, it's suspicious. Is it best to go with the fuck option or the marry option?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking it's like a one-off specifically.
Right. So that's water. I'll really only need to hydrate one more time.
Sure.
I think. Permanently.
And you're gonna marry Peach Oolong Pepsi, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that one was cool.
Yeah.
Peach comes up a lot.
I wish I had gotten. Yeah, man. I don't know what that's about.
Marry. Is Big Peach in the pocket of fucking?
I would marry Peach Rings G Fuel with Sonic the Hedgehog on the can if I could.
I would marry Princess Peach because I love those big fun Mario sports games.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Everybody loves Super Mario Strikers.
Everybody loves the DS one where you can do equestrian horse racing.
Are you thinking of Mario and Sonic at the Olympics?
I am not. There is a Mario only horse racing game. Sonic shows up, he gets shot on sight. I am dead fucking serious.
God damn it. Are there even equestrian sports in the Olympics?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody can ride Big the Cat.
Oh boy. Speaking of Sega.
Speaking of fuck, very good.
Corey, you a big Virtua Fighter guy?
I've never played the video game Virtua Fighter in my life.
It is kind of wild to learn that that's just sort of kind of a fact that a lot of people haven't played Virtua Fighter games.
Yeah, the Dreamcast wasn't huge. If you can believe it.
Well, there was only one on the Dreamcast, and that was Virtua Fighter 3 Team Battle.
I don't think I've ever seen Virtua Fighter in person in any capacity in my life.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. That sucks. The first time I saw Virtua Fighter, an arcade cabinet outside of, I want to say, Planet Hollywood at Disney World, the Disney World compound. It might have been the Hard Rock at Universal Studios. It was one of the two.
This was outside.
Yes, literally outside.
Physically outdoors?
Physically outdoors.
Jesus
As
Christ.
a lot of attraction, like when you're at a place like that within an attraction, like you can get away with, it was probably like under like an awning, like not just like in the middle of
a cartoon state.
Well, we used to have nice weather.
Yeah, what happened?
That's all gone now.
It's just humid a lot, and you have to play Virtua Fighter outside?
And it rains a shit ton. But it doesn't get any cooler. It just rains. Anyway.
That's not Sega's fault, so we'll let them off the hook for that one.
Virtua Fighter, kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal video game.
We wouldn't have Tekken without Virtua Fighter.
Corey, that's legitimately true.
I know.
I'll jump to that right now. So the creators of Virtua Fighter for Sega AM2, right? Yu Suzuki and Seiichi Ishii. Those are the guys who created Virtua Fighter in 1993 for the arcades and then later the Sega Saturn.
Why do I recognize the name Yu Suzuki? Help me out.
Yu Suzuki is a big-time Sega
Just
developer.
big-time Sega? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So Virtua Fighter, Daytona USA. I want to say Virtua Racing. That might not actually be his.
Dude, I got
a little game called Shenmue.
Oh, that's why. Okay, that's why. Because I didn't know about his attachment to Daytona USA, but boy, how did I get a lot of fucking leverage out of those sound effects for a while.
Rolling start. Right.
I had a lot of them. I was putting them all over TMAO episodes for no reason.
I love it. He also did Space Harrier, Outrun, I want to say Afterburner, Like pretty much any. Oh, Hang On, the motorcycle game. Any like huge Sega arcade hit in the 80s and 90s was a Yu Suzuki game. He was like their Miyamoto, right?
Right.
Which of course I mean Miyamoto Usagi from Usagi Yojimbo.
Oh, for the record, I just remembered I got sidetracked. I was trying to think of the sound effect I was using the most.
Game over, yeah.
No,
that's Sega Rally.
Welcome to Victory Lane. You made it.
Yes. Honestly, the inspiration for
Welcome to the Corey Corner. Welcome to the Corey Corner. You made
it. Okay, so Yu Suzuki, big time developer for Sega. Seiichi Ishii left Sega and AM2 to go co-develop a little game for Namco called Tekken. Literally, there would be no Tekken without
directly
Virtua Fighter.
And indirectly.
Not only for launching the idea of a 3D polygonal fighting game in general, but also one of the co-creators going on to direct the development of Tekken for Namco. And like they have teased over the years a number of times, like crossing over the games. It's just never happened. It may never actually
I honestly
happen.
think Street Fighter Cross Tekken not hitting when it came out probably soured the idea for developers. Because there was supposed to be Tekken Cross Street Fighter, and that never happened. And then they probably just gave up on it. But apparently Street Fighter Cross Tekken is good, and I don't know why it wouldn't have hit, but like fighting game people like it.
It was pretty fun. I mean, I didn't love it because it felt like Street Fighter 4, and I didn't love Street Fighter 4, but it wasn't a bad game. And then like Tekken did crossovers, like they brought in Akuma from Street Fighter and Tekken 7 and Geese. Yeah, Geese Howard, who's a badass.
And there was a real fucking Wild West period of time where it was like, hey, if you buy Soul Calibur on GameCube, you can play as Link.
You can play as
Link.
But if
you buy it as
I have
Xbox,
that copy.
You can play as fucking Master Chief.
No, you play as Spawn on the Xbox version.
Isn't there a fighting game they put Master Chief in?
Dead or Alive 4, they put a Spartan in it. It was not Master Chief.
It was specifically canonically not Master Chief.
It was canonically a different Spartan. Yes. Speaking of, so the Dead or Alive games also started out as Virtua Fighter, not knockoffs, but they were built on the Virtua Fighter engine and sort of adapted and changed. Like Dead or Alive 1 plays extremely similar to Virtua Fighter, which is you have a punch, a kick, and a block. And it's sort of like a rock, paper, scissors style of gameplay, which Dead or Alive expanded on, where you have counters and like counters beat strikes, strikes beat throws, and throws beat counters. All that kind of stuff kind of tracks back to Virtua Fighter. In Dead or Alive 5, I think 4 Virtua Fighter characters show up in Dead or Alive 5. Sarah Bryant, Jackie Bryant, Akira, and Pai Chan, I think, are all in Dead or Alive 5.
The whole cast?
Not the whole cast. Half the cast of the original game, got put in
still
Dead or
a
Alive
lot.
5. Pretty rad. I love Virtua Fighter, man. I own pretty much all the games. I don't own like the Genesis version of Virtua Fighter 2 or like the 32X version. And I don't own Virtua Fighter, the animation, which was a Game Gear game based on the anime based on Virtua Fighter. So
I fucking hate it here.
But I do have for my Sega Saturn Virtua Fighter Remix, Virtua Fighter 2, Virtua Fighter Kids.
Is Virtua Fighter Remix there like Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo? Like
Corey?
Yeah.
It is not. It is not. So when Virtua Fighter launched for the Sega Saturn, with the Sega Saturn in 1994, I believe, in Japan, Virtua Fighter was like the pack-in game. That was like, this is the game that's going to sell Saturns. And it did. People bought the Sega Saturn because they wanted Virtua Fighter. It was like a smash hit in the arcades, particularly in Japan, but it also had a pretty good following here. When people got their hands on that initial port of Virtua Fighter for the Sega Saturn, they were extremely disappointed in how bad the polygon character models were, to the point where people were panning the game for not looking as good as the arcade version. Virtua Fighter Remix is the exact same game as the original with better character models. That is it.
It's a remaster.
It is essentially a remaster. What they did is if you got the original version, you could send in to get a replacement disc of Virtua Fighter Remix. They would send it to you in a little envelope, right? Like a cardboard sleeve. And they then took the regular version out of Saturns and packed in a small jewel case version of Virtua Fighter Remix. And then they also started just selling that on the shelves. It just became the de facto version of the game. But it was not an enhanced port, other than it looks a little bit better graphically.
It's
but
like
still doesn't look as good as Virtua Fighter 2.
Capcom puts out Street Fighter 2 and everything's fine, except the fans are up in arms because Ryu has no arms, and they're like, "Oh fuck!" So they come out with a new version of the game called Arms for the Nintendo Switch.
Called Street Fighter 2 Arms Edition.
Yeah, Street Fighter 2 Arms, which later got turned into Arm.
Featuring Jax.
From the Devil May Cry series.
Just a little bit of boring stuff here. I own Virtua Fighter Remix in the small jewel case, the pack-in jewel case. That's the blue disc. I also own the orange disc. What I don't own is the long box purple copy.
Orange, is that the label color or the underside of the disc?
The label side of the disc.
Because I was like, I ain't never heard of no orange disc.
Blue, like red, orange, and purple. And I have the blue and the red, orange. And I have US and Japanese copies of Virtua Fighter Remix, Virtua Fighter 2, Virtua Fighter Kids, Fighters Mega Mix, which is the crossover with Fighting Vipers and Fighting Vipers, featuring Raxil, the guy who I thought was Roxas on like episode 2 of MK PodQuest.
It's insane that Virtua Fighter Kids is real. And I already knew it was real, but like Googling it again, like I'm just looking at the cover. First of all, the cover for the Saturn version in Japan, extremely busy.
Yeah. It's good.
There's a lot going on.
The reason I own those Japanese copies is because they were only a few dollars each, and I just loved the art of all of them.
Yeah, because there's a lot going on, not the least of which there is Wolf and Jeffrey climbing a tree.
Yep.
And a variety of other people. Not climbing a tree.
God. Barely picking up any of that.
Well, they've got Kyle, and they've got Master Roshi, and they've got Joseph Stalin, and they've got
all right,
all kinds of people are here.
None of them are climbing trees, though. It's wild,
except for Jeffrey and Wolf.
Just Wolf and Jeffrey,
who very much are.
Couple.
What, dude? There's the cover of the soundtrack has them all driving around in a Dodge Viper. I'm dead fucking. Have you ever seen this before? I'm dead fucking.
I'm not
serious.
Sure,
dude. This is a Dodge Viper. Like, I guarantee it. Holy crap!
That's amazing. Hell yeah,
Kids
dude.
Can't drive. Fucking dumbass.
But look, they put Jackie Bryant, the race car driver, in the driver's seat. That's
He's
pretty
a
slick,
child.
Right? I know.
He didn't die in the Indy 500 as a child.
So here's the true story of Virtua Fighter Kids. So we never got a Virtua Fighter 3 port for the Sega Saturn. It was in development, but then they shifted focus, to the Dreamcast. They canceled it, and they had a different team do the Dreamcast port of the game. So it's kind of a weird odd one out for the series. It's not like people kind of overlook it. It doesn't look super great, especially compared to other Dreamcast fighters. But on the Sega Saturn, we got two sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? We kind of got a Virtua Fighter 3 where in Fighters Mega Mix, they gave all of the Virtua Fighter 2 characters the Virtua Fighter 3 movesets. It was based on those versions of the characters. So if you play the Virtua Fighter side of Fighters Mega Mix, you're kind of playing a version of Virtua Fighter 3 if you squint, and that's, fun. But the other remnant we got was Virtua Fighter Kids, which they literally were developing these character models as tests for specifically the eye tracking animation for Virtua Fighter 3. And they liked it, so they released it as a full game. That's it. That's what they did.
Sega is such an interesting company.
Right?
Largely because they're equally willing to be like, we've put all of our resources into a game where you talk to a fish with a human face. Or they're just like, we thought this test was cool, so we're selling it for $50.
Yeah, I know, right? Good games, man. Now, in terms of like narrative storytelling and like stuff like that, I have no fucking clue what the story is behind any of these games that I've played a million of.
It seems like an afterthought because it's like a visual showcase first, right?
Right, but there are previous attempts at Virtua Fighter storytelling, other than this comic book, which we will be talking about looking at the clock on the next episode. There was a 35 episode anime series.
Okay.
That I've watched all of and couldn't tell you anything except I remember everyone being younger. So it follows Akira Yuki and Pai Chan, and they meet up with Sarah and Jackie Bryant, who are driving a camper around towing Jackie's Indy car. And
what?
Sarah Bryant has a chipmunk friend.
Okay.
And they get in fights in restaurants and stuff. That's pretty much what I remember from it. So there's the generic anime adaptation. There's also like some manga for Virtua Fighter 2 and stuff like that. They kind of did a game on PlayStation 2 called Virtua Quest, which ended up being more of a spin-off where you're playing as like this snot-nosed kid with like a Saiyan scouter on his head, and you're running around a virtual reality city learning moves from the Virtua Fighter people, but you never actually get to play as any of them, and there's no real like story or intrigue, right? It's just
a missed opportunity to call the game Virtue Adventure.
Right? Just like
as
Sonic,
just one word.
Virtua Adventure. I like it.
And also just like Sonic Adventure,
just like Sonic Adventure, right?
Which is also one word.
And let's not forget the other
Sonic Adventure.
The other Sega classic, Super Monkey Ball Adventure
2 Turbo,
which is a real game. But there was a bigger. Yu Suzuki had larger plans to do like a story-driven tale of revenge, like following Akira Yuki's character, where he's avenging the death of his father, the head of the Hakioku-ken style of martial arts, at the hands of Lao Chan, and he's studying with Pai Chan, and he's meeting all these people and traveling all over Asia on his quest for revenge. But that game never got made as a Virtua Fighter game. Instead, Yu Suzuki reconfigured it into a little series called Shenmue.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
I thought you were going to say Tekken again.
No, Shenmue. And what's interesting...
That's what Shenmue is? So you can buy pop from a vending machine 18 times in a row if you want.
Sure, yeah. Spend all your allowance that way. And you can buy little Virtua Fighter gachapon inside and you can play old Yu Suzuki classics in the arcade, like Hang On and Space Harrier and I think Afterburner and stuff like that.
Wow, that's so weird.
It's cool. I mean, it's cool to like the character archetypes are the same. Like Ryu Hazuki is Akira Yuki. Like almost looks exactly like him. I forget the lady's name in Shenmue 2, the Chinese martial artist he learns from in Hong Kong, but she's Pai Chan, right? And then Lan Di, the bad guy in Shenmue, is Lao Chan. Like the character designs and everything, it's pretty cool. It would have been an amazing Virtua Fighter game. I don't know why he decided to make it its own story, but it probably worked out because I don't know that it fits the Virtua Fighter branding. You know, the
Virtua Fighter branding is like a tech showcase anyway, right? Let's be realistic.
Primarily, yeah, that's exactly what it is, and that's again why there's not a whole lot of story behind these things. But there is this comic book, Corey.
Boy, is there.
This comic book from Marvel Comics that it's really a Malibu comic. Like this thing came out right as that merger was happening, or right as Marvel was taking over Malibu Comics, right? If you scroll to the back page of this thing, the upcoming issues, you're seeing ads for Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition and Virtua Fighter #1 and Mortal Kombat Katana and Melina #1. It's a Marvel Comics book advertising Malibu Comics in it. This is a Malibu comic. This absolutely is.
Well, looks like one too, so.
Sure. Yeah, we'll talk about the creative team. It's going to sound pretty familiar to everybody, right? There are 2 stories in this Marvel
for some reason
Marvel Boo comic. The first one written by Mark Paniccia, pencils by Patrick Rollo. King. Cover by Patrick Rollo as well. Inks by Scott Reed, Moose Bauman, and Abraham Madison. Letters by Patrick Osley, Teresa Davidson. Color design by Moose Bauman. Interior colors by Boo Tones. This is the Mortal Kombat crew. This is all of the Mortal Kombat crew, right? The second story called The Painful Past, written by Mark Paniccia. He was the editor, right, on Mortal Kombat, and I think wrote Special Forces. Penciled by Vinton T. Hook, who we've met in Battle Wave as one of our pencilers in there. Colored by Moose Bauman, lettered by Teresa Davidson, and separated by Boo Tones. That's a new name, but these are the Mortal Kombat artists, pencilers, inkers, editors, writers to some degree. No Charles Marshall here, but this is a fucking Mortal Kombat book, dude.
And it looks like one, and it reads like one.
Fun little bit of trivia. The cover artwork here, fantastic, right? Love this cover.
It's fantastic until you look at Jackie's face in the back.
That's fair. But
it's just a barely finished frowning man.
This cover got used for the Virtua Fighter Remix Sega Saturn release.
Oh, it did it?
Yeah, so Patrick Rollo's artwork is official Virtua Fighter artwork for that Saturn release in the US. Pretty cool detail there. You are 100% right about Jackie's face.
It was the first thing I noticed when I looked at it, I'm not going to lie. It was that and how on Akira Yuki's arms, there are just muscles there that don't exist at all.
Sure, keeping in spirit with the Mortal Kombat books, man. He's got smoke arm, right?
Yeah, he's got big time smoke arm.
Pretty gross, pretty gnarly. You are correct, Corey. There is not a lot to say about this book. We have talked at length about Virtua Fighter and beverages.
You say there's 2 stories in it that's genuinely hilarious because, like...
There's one. It's one story.
There's one, and it's mostly like, hey, have you met this guy?
Yes.
Hey, have you also met this guy in the crevices of Virtua City?
In the crevices of Virtua City. I learned so much from this comic book, though, that I didn't have like any clue about the Virtua Fighters. I had no idea.
Wolf loves Canadian ale.
Played the shit out of these games. Didn't know anything about anybody in them until now, right? Now I know that Kagemaru is the 10th Kagemaru of his clan, right? That's not his name. That's a title. Now I know that Pai-chan is a famous actor in Hollywood known for her hit movie Big Trouble in Big China.
That
right?
was such a weird bit. Why change the movie title that little?
I don't know, but it's funny. They should have called it Little Trouble in Big China, right? That would have been good. Now I know that Jeffrey is Australian and wrestles sharks to train, right?
I don't know how that would relate to a human being at all.
I don't know, but I do think they tell you that in the game. Now I know that Judgment 6 has weird bullshit made-up characters just like other Malibu Comics fighting game adaptation series. One issue, dude. One issue. They still squeezed in like an original design character.
Oh, who?
The dude with the red eyes and the weird face that talks to Sarah in the alley or whatever.
Oh, yeah, but...
Never seen that man before in my life.
If you let me click through these 800 pages for a second till I find that guy. Thank you. I'm almost there. He looks kind of cool as fuck, though, is the thing. He does. The problem is that he's got a metal mouth and looks cool as fuck and has, like, laser eyes.
He's got big henge energy.
Oh, yeah. It's like henge. Sorry.
Henge. Such a hard henge.
Crossed over with, like...
It hurts your throat.
I don't know.
A parademon.
There's a character's name on the tip of my tongue.
Like
a parrot demon?
A parademon from Apocalypse in DC Comics. 2
demons. Mm-hmm. A pair of demons.
Sure. And Henge looked like Darkseid, and the parademons are Darkseid soldiers. So, like, Patrick Rollo was really, really, really channeling some new gods.
Oh, I know what I was trying to think of. He looks just like my grandpa.
Grandpa?
Yeah, he looks just like that.
I don't get it. Is this a joke?
Yeah, it was the whole joke was that it wouldn't it be funny if I acted like a real guy looked like that?
If this looked like your grandfather.
Yeah, it's the whole joke.
I mean, it's pretty good.
I don't think it is based on how you're reacting. I fucking disagree. I'm ruining your birthday with bad humor.
It was funny. So, all right. Not much to say about this comic. I have a suspicion that they were planning another ongoing series.
It doesn't make sense to only do one issue, and this is what the issue is.
It does not.
They have to have been planning something. This is... Every time I've complained about the Mortal Kombat books having too many introductions throughout issues, this is like if those only ever happened once and then the story ended.
That's exactly what happened in this. And now I get, like, what's interesting is, like, at the same time, Sega had licensing deals with Archie, like, not just for the Sonic book, but they also tried to do a Nights into Dreams series over there.
I'm surprised that didn't hit.
And they were
people are all fucking about that.
The Nights book?
Just Nights, people are all about that, aren't they?
The comic was really bad. I have it. I own it. It's not good.
You don't even need to tell me you own this stuff because I just know. You don't even. I know. I know you do.
I should say they did 2 series. They did a 3, and a 3. So they did 6 issues total. And I have the first 3, and then I think I have issue 5. Like, I don't have the complete second one, but it's not a good book. And I was, like, so looking forward to it as a kid and read it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I would say the Virtua Fighter book is better than the Knights book. But
I mean, the Virtua Fighter book had less time to be bad.
That's true. It had 1/3 the time to be bad, at least. Yeah, man. It feels because, like, again, they're introducing these mystery characters that don't show up, and then they're just like setting up events, like they're just showing everybody
Everything
training.
is going according to plan, says the mystery metal man into the big payphone.
But
I wonder if that means anything. Probably not.
They don't tell us the plan, and guess what? The game doesn't tell us the plan either. Like, there was something about Sarah Bryant being brainwashed and Jackie trying to like save her from that, but I think that just kind of goes away. I don't think it's ever explained. I think she might still be brainwashed in Virtua Fighter 2. Like, for all I know, Virtua Fighter 5, she might still be brainwashed. I will say no clue.
Judgment 6 does sound very Tekken to me.
It is a very similar concept. It is 6 powerful corporations who run everything. It is the Tekken Zaibatsu. It is,
Yeah, it's both literally that and also just the idea of something being called Judgment 6 is very
it's a rad
Tekken
name.
to me.
I like it. Like I here's the thing. First time I've ever heard of Judgment 6 in my life. For all I know, that was the basis of those are the people that they're fighting in the anime, and I just had no fucking clue. Until I read this comic book. Like,
I guess we got to rewatch the anime and find out.
35 episodes. Stay tuned, kids. We're gonna
Weekly,
do every single
so
one.
we're gonna do it over the course of almost a year.
we're gonna. Do you wanna?
No,
it's not a good show. We're not doing that.
No, we're not. Absolutely not. No, I value both your time and mine and the time we spend together.
But here's the thing. I'm going to watch it anyway. So.
Sure, but we don't have to podcast about it.
What do you mean?
You can watch it way faster if we don't do that.
What if we just do one episode every year for my birthday?
Until you're 70.
72, I believe. But yeah.
Who's counting? Welcome to the virtual... We will live in Virtua City by that point.
Hell yeah, man. The metaverse is coming.
And it looks like dog shit. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, this just screams of ongoing series that didn't get made.
Yeah, this is a tee-up. It's just like it's setting up character traits and fighting styles and personalities and aesthetics and not really anything else.
Yeah.
And even that's only slightly. They still have time for like 3 random full-length fights with random people. And it's just like, oh, okay. So it doesn't read great.
Let's talk about that. So it opens with just everyone sparring, right?
It opens with everybody running around.
More or less, yeah. So we got like Akira and Wolf and Jeffrey like fucking around and fighting. And we've got Lao Chan and Pai Chan sparring with each other. And then just a bunch of goons, like faceless nameless goons in the back, right? Yeah. And it's just everyone sparring, and Akira's like, I'm a teacher, so I'm going to teach you guys lessons while we fight. Lesson 1, don't talk while we fight, right?
Also, I'm here to hit on the ladies.
Yeah. And
sort of adjacent to my whole teaching thing. You can't talk, but I can talk to you.
And then also I'm going to go hit on Hollywood celebrity Pai Chan.
Also, imagine how sick of this kind of shit she probably is if, like, she's this famous, and he's like, "Oh, are you who I think you are?" And she's like, "Yes, dumbass, fucking obviously." Right. Like, get to the point.
He's like, I'm a martial artist as well. I would love to pick.
Yeah, we're in the same gym for the same tournament. You motherfucker.
Right. Why else are you here, dude? Interestingly, the other thing I remember about the anime is them kind of having a romance, but it's like that classic, like,
God,
they hate each other but secretly like each other. Like
it's the Ryu Chun-Li romance. From that other fucking comic book.
Sure. But I think they're literal children I think they're like 15 or 16 in the anime. So I don't know. That's what
Virtua Fighter Kids was for.
I don't know what they're doing on the road with an F1 driver and his sister, but whatever.
He is not an F1 driver.
Oh, you're right. My bad. With an IndyCar driver and his sister, but whatever. Must have been pretty exciting for you to finally get some race car content.
It was so bizarre. I was like, what? Like, he was in the Indy 500 and almost died, and then he just stopped being a race car driver. Like, why?
Ruined his career, man.
If he's still capable of fighting, it wouldn't ruin his career.
Well, his car blew up. He doesn't have one to drive anymore.
That's what the team is for. That's what the team exists to have.
Well, but you saw his sponsor. It was Sega, right?
Sega ran out of money.
So with the failure of the Sega Saturn, they pulled out of the IndyCar scene.
Sega was too busy sponsoring the F1 Grand Prix in Suzuka, which had Sonic the Hedgehog shaped trophies that I've shown you before.
Yeah, dude, so fucking rad.
And they had Sonic the Hedgehog on the Williams car, and they were too busy doing that the prior decade, so they ran out of money for their IndyCar efforts with Jackie Bryant.
Specifically with Jackie Bryant, though.
Oh yeah. I mean, he could try to make it to F1, but usually it's the other way around. Usually, sometimes an F1 driver might end up in IndyCar. That happened last season. Shout out to my man Romain Grosjean.
I want to talk about the two stupid fights in this comic. Right.
Okay.
The first one is when everybody leaves the training center and Jeffrey and Wolf.
You want to go get some of that Canadian ale?
Jeffrey, the Australian guy who wrestles sharks, and Wolf, a former pro wrestler, go into this place that the concierge at the hotel told him about.
Yeah, what the fuck is the deal with this setup?
Where they can get some Canadian ale, right? I did not know that like Molson's was like a destination beverage for starters. Right?
Is that?
Like,
do you think that's what they mean, or they might have like some specialty stuff?
It's either it's just a Canadian beer, or is it like are they talking like Canada Dry ginger ale, but can't say that? I had
that joke in my notes.
It's one of the two.
You know what they could have? I'm going to make a real life reference.
Sure.
They could have the Farmer's Daughter Blonde Ale from Whitewater Brewing Company.
Okay, maybe. Yeah. Was that around in 1994 when this comic was made, or 1995?
Absolutely not.
No? All right.
But it's from the place I grew up. So I knew what it was called and figured it would be a funny joke to make.
It'd be like if they were in Washington State and they were like, let's go get a Rainier beer, right?
Yeah. Also, it's called Farmer's Daughter, which is wild. And on the side of the can, there is a girl riding a horse, like a cartoon girl riding a horse.
Hell yeah. Bro, also, serendipity. This comic book was published in August 1995.
Damn.
What?
It's for Leos.
I love that you can just tell how fucking hungover and scattered I am.
Oh yeah, who cares? Fuck it. This is Virtua City, dude.
It's my birthday. Anything goes in Virtua City. Try going to a bar, get some nice Canadian ale. You're gonna get stopped by generic thugs who want the password to get in. Who want the
password? It's so fucking lame that it's about a door password. Like holy crap.
But fortunately, you're Wolf and Jeffrey, two badass Virtua fighters, and you get to just
fucking God, dude. Shit.
Absolutely wreck these motherfuckers. But there was that one, like they're just fighting, and then they're like, hey, no talking while we fight. And I was like, thank fucking God, finally in one of these.
Finally, a comic book that I don't have to read. There's not nobody's talking.
There is not constant dialogue throughout this fight scene like there has been in the Mortal Kombat books.
If you wanted to know what the Mortal Kombat books were like, but don't want to commit to reading all of them, just read this.
Just read, yeah, basically. This is a condensed. They really streamlined it for the Virtua Fighter book. Because I would wager there's as much content as this as there is in all of Battle Wave.
Probably. Yeah.
But there's that one part in this scene where like a random bystander with like a parasol walks up, or maybe just an umbrella, and he's like, "Oh dear heavens, what's going on?" And one of the thugs just goes out of the way, preppy, and kicks him in the face.
Yeah, man.
Fucking loved that. And then Jeffrey or whatever his name is like, it's like, hey, that's not cool. That's an innocent person. And then they just beat the shit out of all these thugs and we move on, right?
Not Macho Guy Smith. Did I say that note at the right time? Not my man Macho Guy Smith.
No, man. Wolf's wrestling nemesis.
The crowd goes absolutely wild when he knees somebody in the fucking face. Like Virtua City is just like Randy for dudes, like in Bloodsport mode. Like it's absolutely fucked. What?
You're absolutely right.
Like it's fucking crazy.
Do you think Jeffrey, do you think Wolf was like a heel? Or do you think Macho Guy Smith was the heel?
Macho Guy Smith is like Hulk Hogan.
I thought it was like Macho Man Randy Savage, R.I.P. Man died.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right.
Man died here in where I live.
I think knowing the WWF, anybody who didn't seem to be blatantly just like a completely milquetoast white man was the heel. So Wolf is probably the heel.
Wolf is probably the heel, yeah. All right, that's settled.
Because Wolf reads as an indigenous guy.
True.
So I'm assuming they made him the heel.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Because it was the 90s.
So then we get the scene where Akira like hits on Pai-chan, and all she does is like flip him. And he's
big
all, like,
comic book Ryu energy.
I didn't think we were going to hold hands so soon. And she's like, hold this, motherfucker, and like throws him on the mat or whatever.
Eat my dick, asshole. If she got to say fuck more, that would be legendary.
That's it. That's the whole, that's the rest of
the whole
that.
interaction. That's all we get from them.
And we got Sarah in this alley. She's talking to the metal faced man who looks like your grandfather, and
famously, yeah,
works, and she's working for Judgment 6, or Judgment 6 wants her to work for them, or I don't know, and she's basically like, I got to go to the tournament and I'm going to defeat Jackie Bryant, which is her brother, and all the rest of the fighters, and I'm going to win. And she like smashes a windshield with her legs, I think that was called a kick. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it for that first story. Right?
Why do I have a note that says Master Blaster runs Border Town?
Because we are going to now visit Border Town, where Jackie Bryant has been hitchhiking his way to Virtua City.
Yes, that explains my follow-up note. Quote, Virtua City has waited for Jackie Bryant for a very long time, which does admittedly sound cool.
It does. But also strong Charles Marshall vibes, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big time. This is classic Malibu.
Of Virtua fucking City, dude. The thrill of racing. And a best friend? His sister? Sorry.
Right.
I don't know.
Dude, my mind is blown for a second. Have I never considered this before?
Consider it.
Jackie Bryant. There's a little Sega developed arcade game called Virtua Racing.
Are you going to ask if he's in Virtua Racing? Because that's immediately where my mind went when you were like, why have I never thought of this?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out right now.
I have Virtua Racing on my Switch.
It's so specifically indie racing, so it's licensed, right? So, like, it can't.
Well, I mean, like, Virtua Racing, those cars are generically looking like F1 or Indy cars.
Right.
Like, they're just open wheel racing cars. To me, Virtua Racing does read like F1 rather than Indy, but, like, at this point, I don't think there was a wide enough audience for either that making the distinguishing factor there would matter. So like, if they wanted to put them in there, they could have.
It feels like a missed opportunity, you know, especially like the Saturn version of Virtua Racing, where you compete in different kind of racing circuits, like go-kart and everything.
Yeah, well, you know Bill Lambier's Combat Basketball?
Say that again.
Bill Lambier's Combat Basketball?
I do not know that.
Oh, fuck. Well, okay, really quick. This is a real video game. This is a real game. I promise. So Bill Lambier's Combat Basketball is a Super Nintendo game from Hudson that is set in the future. And he was known for being pretty rough on the court, so he had a combat basketball video game.
He looks like Cyborg on the cover.
I just picked the funniest game I could think of to say that they should have made Jackie Bryant's Virtua Racing.
100% they should have, yes.
But also, Bill Lambier's Combat Basketball is top down.
Oh my God.
It plays like shit ass. Well, I'll tell you that.
You need a full view of the battlefield.
You don't get one.
That kind of makes sense.
No, you also don't get that. It's not the full court, but it's top down. So picture like something that requires depth. You don't get it. Good thing you're not, I don't know, throwing a fucking basketball.
Brett Allen Weiss, writing for All Game, gave the game a negative review, criticizing the graphics, sound, and controls.
There's an ad for it where it just says, "What foul?" And it's futuristic Bill Lambier punching the sunglasses off of a punk.
Jesus
while
Christ.
Holding a basketball.
GamePro gave this shit 2 stars out of 5. What are you doing, Hudson?
The Wikipedia line for this is really funny before we stop talking about it. The game stars Bill Lambier, who played for the Detroit Pistons of the NBA during a time when the team was notorious for aggressive and dirty physical play.
Oh, aggressive and dirty.
The game takes place in the year 2031. Bill Lambier has become commissioner of a basketball league, fired the referees, and created a style of play without rules. There are no fouls, and the use of weapons is perfectly legal.
Interestingly,
they're playing that in the crevices of Virtua City.
Bill Lambier's Combat Basketball directly led to the creation of the ESRB.
It's sort of the Mortal Kombat of combat basketball.
It wasn't Mortal Kombat and Doom and Night Trap. It was Bill Lambier's Combat Basketball. Fuck, I'm gonna buy this. eBay. Anyway, let's finish.
Buying shitty games on purpose.
Yeah, I'm gonna play some shitty games that suck ass. Right?
Yeah.
Price check.
I'm not gonna sing it.
Bill, that'll be the first time ever
that I don't start singing the AVGN theme song.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta draw the line somewhere.
Bill Lame beers.
He drinks. He doesn't drink Canadian ale. He drinks lame beers. Anyway, so Jackie Bryant,
combat basketball.
While you're doing that, so the painful past.
Sure.
Allow me, written by, because we get a whole other new credits page with a complete lack of ceremony. Written by Mark.
$8.50.
That's it? That's a deal. It's written by Mark
Panicia.
Yeah. Penciled by Vinton T. Heck.
Yep.
Sick name. Inked by John Miller. Lettered by Teresa Davidson. Colored by Moose Bauman. Separated by Bootones. And edited by Dan Shaheen. And Mark again. Our good friend Mark.
Mark Panicia. Again, that is a full Mortal Kombat crew right there. VT Hook did pencils on Battle Wave. Moose Bauman came in to start doing colors and stuff on those last few issues of Battle Wave. Like
the writing in this fucking story.
This is the gang. It's the B team, but it's the team. I actually really like the art in this section. This section is good.
Friend, if it's a campfire story you want, you picked the right night.
God damn it, Jackie fucking Bryant.
And the guy who sat down next to this absolutely juiced fucking muscle maniac just looks like a murderer.
just trench coated up, yeah.
No face, big hat,
but it's not No Face from Mortal Kombat Special Forces.
Crucially, so picture this, right? You're in the Indy 500. You heard of this?
I've heard of it.
It's the greatest show on turf, I think is what they call it.
Virtua Racing, yep.
The greatest show on asphalt. Not even asphalt, ashfalt.
Asphalt. Well, after that explosion, man.
Yeah, they had to stop racing on turf. It was clearly causing a lot of problems.
It's pretty major asphalt.
He had a pretty gnarly shunt into the wall. Looks like car exploded on contact.
Yeah.
Which it's not supposed to do.
Sure.
Ironically, actually, you know what's funny? So the guy I mentioned earlier who went from F1 to IndyCar, in one of his last races in F1, he got spun into a guardrail that cut his car in half and exploded it, and he managed to get out without dying.
Jesus Christ.
It is true to life, if nothing else, that this does occasionally happen.
Holy moly.
Yeah, like the center of the car went through the center of a guardrail and it sheared the car in half, which included the gas tank, which proceeded to explode.
Why?
Sorry?
Oh, nothing.
Did you say why?
Yeah.
Do you want the actual answer why? Because I think it's just because it was probably in the middle of igniting it to create power in the engine, and then it got a lot of air really fast because it was immediately exposed to oxygen.
Ah, that makes sense.
I don't know if that's right, but it would be my guess. Anyway, so his parents are sad that he almost died in the Indy 500, and then his sister gets mind controlled by a mysterious group of martial artists.
Yeah,
that's the story. The story is my racing career ended, and then my sister got mind controlled.
Well, I think that's the real reason his career actually ended is because it was sabotage, right?
Got a lot of Beastie Boys talk today.
It was sabotage. It was 3 MCs and 1 DJ. And they sabotaged his car. And then she went looking for them, and they were like, "Hello, nasty," and they brainwashed her.
Yeah, this is a Crashgate, which is also a real F1 conspiracy theory. But
is it really? Do you want to talk about it?
I'll make it fast because it's also all signs point to it being completely true, which is that a driver's teammate was convinced to crash on purpose in a race so his teammate would be more likely to win the championship, and then everybody basically just found out that they did it on purpose.
Holy moly, that's fucked.
Yeah, it's the short version. I'll spare everybody else.
So Jackie is going to the Virtua Fighter tournament because he wants to win it and then use the money to fund his search for his missing sister. He doesn't know that she's going to be there, and she's going to be there trying to kill him, right? So he tells this whole story to this man in the trench coat, and it turns out that the man in the trench coat is actually Master of Disguise Kagemaru, the ninja character from Virtua Fighter. And he's like, I've been tailing you because the same people that kidnapped your sister also destroyed my village and took my mother, right?
Right.
And I want her back. But instead of like working together with Jackie Bryant, he immediately attacks him like, you have more information that you're not telling me. And Jackie's like, I actually liked this because like reading all these Mortal Kombat books and probably the Street Fighter books also, we're so used to just seeing people get in fights over misunderstandings for no reason at all, right? Especially in the Mortal Kombat books.
Right.
But like especially in those, like every single issue, every single fight that happens. And here it is happening again. Kagemaru just attacking Jackie Bryant, even though they're on the same fucking side. And Jackie literally says like, you could have asked nicely and we could have worked together. You didn't have to start trying to kill me in this diner, right? Makes sense. I'm glad somebody fucking said it, because that is a thing that has not been addressed in any of the other shit, right? But that's kind of it. They both make separate escapes when the cops show up, and then the comic book is like, the story continues in the video game, which no, it doesn't. Again, there are no story elements present in the video game. So even the endings don't like give you like story,
No,
they just give you credits.
This is nothing but tee up, like to the point where yes, like these lack structure, like basic structure.
Yeah. I don't know.
So our discussion will also unceremoniously end.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I wish they had done more of these.
Yeah, it's better than some of the other stuff that we've read, certainly, but it's all very much cut from the same cloth.
It is. But man, once I saw the credits, I was like, we gotta cover this. And it's my birthday, and I just want to talk about Virtua Fighter.
It's my birthday. I'll Virtua City if I want to.
And no joke,
I'll drink funny drinks like
I'm gonna boot up the Sega Saturn when we get done with this recording, and I'm gonna pop Virtua Fighter Remix in.
I don't think I've ever seen a Sega Saturn in person either.
Yeah, we've been through that. I love that I got to talk about the fucking Sega Saturn on this. God, this is everything I wanted for my birthday,
including technical difficulties with the recording.
Yeah, the listeners don't know.
We're ticking all the boxes, baby.
And fuck it, I'm not shopping this one up. This one's just going out.
That's fine. Fuck it.
But it is gonna be titled Neal's Birthday Bash.
In this economy, shit, dude.
Yeah, dude. Next week. Nothing. We're not doing an episode next week.
No, yeah, we're taking a fucking week off. Sorry. Well, I'm not sorry at all, because we work a lot on this show, yes. Neal especially, and scheduling is going to be really, really hard, and we're just going to take a break instead. Yeah,
I'll be doing a little bit of traveling,
rambling, man,
searching for my brainwashed sister, and the
searching for my robo grandpa.
I'm headed to Border Town. Master Blaster is
the only note I made about that was just Master Blaster runs Border Town.
That's so good. No episode next week. I think they made another one, and Crew Expendable will still be running. So
yeah, you can listen to us elsewhere if you really. You can play them both at the same time. It's like we're doing MK Podquest.
What if they sync up, dude? What?
Yeah, if you play both podcasts together and then put on the Wizard of Oz, you die.
Okay, I'm going to export just my voice track from the new Crew Expendable. You export just your voice track from TMAO, and we will mix them together.
Yeah, I think that's good.
See if it works.
Yeah, we'll both find an excuse to talk about Philip Baker Hall.
Where do we find our stuff right now, Corey, on the internet?
We have simplified our plugs.
What's the easiest way to find out all the shit we do? If
you want to listen to every podcast we make all at once, if you want, you can choose to do that.
Yeah.
MortalKombatConquest.ca.
MortalKombatConquest.ca. I'm going to go ahead and put our socials and stuff on there too.
Yeah,
it's going to be a one-stop shop. Yeah, MortalKombatConquest.ca.
I love that that's the fucking thing that we have. Dude, unbelievable.
And let's just go.
Yeah, we're done. That's it. That's all we have to say now.
What a fucking mess of an episode this is going to be.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too, man. Bro, hold on. Take it further with Coca-Cola Dream World AR music experience. That's what the QR code is on the bottle. Oh, wait,
we didn't scan the fucking bottle.
We didn't scan the bottle.
How? What do we need to scan it?
To try it out, scan the QR code on your can or bottle to be taken to the digital hub. Once you're there, you'll be transported into a full 3D virtual AR music experience where you'll see an avatar DJ spinning tracks.
I'll be the judge of that.
The QR code also unlocks games and other Easter eggs.
This is just bootleg Instagram.
This, you know what, Corey?
Oops, I accidentally clicked ahead. It's not playing sound. Why isn't it playing sound?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, boy. Why
did it skip ahead again? Introducing Coca-Cola Starlight.
What?
I clicked to the third one and it's talking about hang on. Stop. What? Hello?
And why isn't Marshmallow the one who has the virtual AR music experience?
Oh, it's a Tomorrowland Music Festival AR musical experience.
Ugh.
So I'm clicking launch. Welcome to Coca-Cola Dream World. Start. It's loading. Sound on. Yeah, I turned the sound on already.
Similar to how the soft drink company's Coke Bite tried to replicate the taste of pixels.
I really wish we found that one.
Too expensive.
Coca-Cola wants to use my camera?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Are you fucked? Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's AR. It's going to project the shit all around you, dude. It's going to blend. This is the metaverse we're talking, baby.
It's pointing at my fucking mouse.
What's going on? You know what? I'm going to scan it too with my big phone.
Oh my.
That's going to be an
Is it still not
unbelievable
making
experience.
sound? Oh, here we go. So it's projecting like a door, like a doorway kind of thing.
Okay.
And now it's just sort of ignored that. Wait, this just becomes a tap revolution game.
Oh shit, does it?
I think so. Do I have to? Okay, let me tap. Oh my god, it projects the AR version of the tap revolution game.
What?
I missed all of them. The sync on this is not very good. It's very hard to hit these.
Okay, I'm launching the Dream World.
Is this good podcasting? It's really hard to hit these. I don't know where, if it wants me to tap the ball or not, or if it wants me to tap the light that the ball is entering.
Uh-huh.
Also, this song is very generic.
I'm thinking we release this as a bonus.
I'm trying to win the game, Neal. And if you move your phone, it becomes increasingly impossible to play. The Dream World is evolving, Neal. What? It just changed color? I'm on stage 2. I don't know why. I definitely failed stage 1.
It ain't working. I don't think it supports the big phone.
I'll just do it. It's fine. I just want to see if there's a stage 3. Am I yelling? I feel like I'm yelling.
You are yelling a little bit, but it's fine.
Because I have headphones on and then something is playing other audio. And this is so hard to play. Because wherever it decides to make the portal to the tap game, if your phone moves from there, you can't hit them anymore. And I put my hand in a really awkward spot.
Jeez. Maybe this...
It just changed color again. Oh my god, this is so fucking many balls to tap.
Corey, I'm making the decision now. We're going to release this on its own, this 20 minutes or so. And it's going to be called Neal's Beverage Birthday
Oh, it'll be
Bash.
more than that. I have a whole other drink to drink, my guy. I have a whole other drink to drink.
No, I'm saying so much for a Dark Week next week.
All
we
right.
got this.
This is so hard to... This is a very generic EDM song.
Dark Week this week, man.
Whoa. It just... the game just vanished. The game just vanished. I don't know why.
Game over, man. Game over.
There's like... congratulations, I built Dream World. I got 94, which looks like I got about maybe a sixth of the points available. I'm going to close this now. I'm done with this.
Fruity candy smell like Skittles mixed with Coca-Cola, which is the same bullshit they said about Coke Starlight. I mean, they got a citrus flavor.
Well, that was chaos.